I will be sharing with you how I plan my whole year as far as holidays, time off, summer breaks, winter breaks, also how I'm planning the week of homeschool. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my laundry. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Andrea and I am a homeschooling mama to a rising third grader. This will be our third year homeschooling, and also we use Ambleside Online, so this will be our year 3. I am so excited. I am in full planning mode since finishing our homeschool year. On Friday, I will post a little picture here of my daughter, or her end of year picture that we took and all the books we went through. It was so fun to do that. She was getting ready to go to her ballet class, so I just took the opportunity to just portray everything that her year was about. So adorable. So what I'm gonna do today for this video is that I will be sharing with you how I plan my whole year as far as holidays, time off, summer breaks, winter breaks, how I break down the whole year as far as how much time do we have to use as a buffer in case we do need breaks throughout the year, which we will need. There are unexpected traveling sometimes that may happen for us. My mom lives on the other side of the planet, and she's going through some health issues, and there may be needs for us to go back and forth. So we need to kind of plan accordingly. Some of these trips we can continue schooling while we're traveling, and some trips we just want to take the time off. So I'm just going to walk you through what I have for the year and also how I'm planning the week of homeschool. Now I'm in the beginning stages, and if you have been following me or if you have seen my old videos about my planners, which I have shared a couple of them, maybe 2 or 3 videos as we progress and improve our systems. This isn't the full picture of what I'm going to have. And the full picture I will show when I share my binder video and my student binder video, because my daughter asked for her own binder, and I think it's time. Third grade, she's 8, she's gonna be 9 during this third grade year, and I think it's time for her to start focusing on a few things, and I'm adding in there life skills. I'm excited to implement that and make sure that she is properly trained and ready to go out into the world someday. Baby steps, baby steps. We start slow, and then we'll get her there. So I'm gonna flip my camera around, show you what I have here. Remember, this is the beginning stages. I know Ambleside Online, Charlotte Mason, all the enrichment. There's a lot, weekly work, daily work. There's a lot of different pieces to this kind of education. So seriously, I want to look cute to wearing all these things, but it's so hot. I'm gonna have to get rid of it. Okay, that may be a little better. Okay, so this is what I have for the whole year of 2026, 2027. All the planning for the entire year. And I have a little key legend here on the bottom where the circle means first and last day of school. The red, this is a pencil actually, a holiday or birthday. Then I have blue for break or new school, green for summer school, pink for summer vacation. And there's a difference because we do have different things going on here for the summer, and I'll explain everything. I was going to do an end of term, and I actually started here, and then I realized that was really tight. That meant not even one little break at all, and then I tried to erase, and it kind of just created a smudge there. But I decided only to mark that once it's actually done. Then I'll come here and put it. I don't like to be so rigid with when things end, because we never know, life happens, right? Then we have a WB for winter break, SB for spring break, and FB for fall break. And here, those are goals or plans or dreams, which I want to take a family vacation over the winter. I want to take a family summer vacation. This is a road trip. I really want to start doing motorhome trips. We do not own a motorhome, but it's just a dream of mine. Maybe we'll rent out one, not sure, but it's a dream. It's here, and there is an anniversary trip. So starting from the beginning, in July will start school on the 13th. Now you can see here how it's highlighted pink, and this is going to be the first year that I'm going to try this new summer break schedule, which I want my daughter to have enough of a break so she feels refreshed and new for the new year. But I also don't want her to completely go without doing anything for the whole summer, because that's a very long break, assuming that we end school in mid-May. And the plan is to finish school in mid-May because my anniversary is, and I didn't mark here, but my anniversary is on the 17th. I want to be done and have a well-deserved anniversary trip with my husband on this following week or two of end of school year. I am done. I am exhausted. I can't wait to just have a complete mental break. So the plan is, of course, this is 27 here already, right? 27. But just to give you an idea of what's going on for this year already, leading up to the beginning of the school year. So we have been off for the summer already, and my daughter will have 2 full weeks of summer break. And then we start the summer school. Again, this is for next year, 27, but we can just assume that this is up here, that May and June is up here. Of course, the dates are not going to be the same, but it's okay. Just for understanding purposes, my daughter will have 2 full weeks of summer break, no books, no nothing. If she wants to read for fun, she can, by all means, but she's not expected to do anything for 2 weeks. I want her to just like rest and relax. Then we start our summer school, which is this green highlight here. And in the summer school, all she is expected to do is 15 minutes of math, 20 minutes of read, and 20 minutes of an adult reading aloud to her. So the read aloud that we do can be done at night before bed, and then this way she can still go and enjoy the summer and be free all day. And that's the plan for this 4 weeks. And then there's 2 weeks before we start the school year. This is the 4th of July holiday. I didn't mark in here, but Emma usually travels with her dad. I'm gonna mark here. She usually travels with her dad to visit his family in Indiana. So they go to Indiana for a period of time, usually a week or so, and then she has another week here right before we start the school year. And then we start the school year on July 13th. This has been working for us starting school in July because, like I said, there are always unexpected trips or just trips that are expected. And school may be a little flexible as far as maybe not schooling every single day as we would on a regular school day at home, right? And also there's life happens, health issues. I may get sick. My daughter may get sick. For example, this year, my daughter had a lot of gut issues, and we had a lot of days that we couldn't do school as planned or as expected. And I didn't share this with you because I find like I don't have to share everything with you all, but at least you have an idea that we are not perfect. We don't get all the school done as planned in a week. And that's why I organized the schedule for the next year like this. And if you look here, I marked each week. I marked them week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it goes all the way to week 41. We do work on a 36-week school calendar, but as far as Ambleside Online, as you know, there are 36 weeks, 3 terms of 12 weeks each term. But like I said, life happens, and sometimes we cannot complete 1 week in 1 week, right? Sometimes we cannot complete 1 term in 12 weeks, and that's okay. Hence why we have a buffer here. There are 5 weeks left for either time off, school, sick days, wellness days off, and whatnot. As needed, we'll be taking time off, and as needed, we'll slow down. Last year, there was a whole lot of rushing to complete school because we had to travel to Brazil, and there has been health issues with my daughter, and we had to kind of like work at a pace that I would even say it was unhealthy at times, both for me and for her. And I don't want this to happen this year. So I have organized things in a way that I think it's really going to work for us. So going from the beginning, and sorry about this massive introduction about this calendar in the summer leading up to the school year. So we start in July. This calendar, if you notice, it starts on Monday. So I like it better for visual purposes. And I can link down below in the description box this specific calendar. I've been using it since I started homeschooling, actually. And I used to use this calendar just to mark attendance. So I would mark attendance. The pink ones were the days she showed up for school. The blue ones were the days we didn't do school. And ever since, we have evolved, and this is what we have. There's a better picture of what our year looks like and what to expect from each month. So there's nothing happening in July, August, September as far as holidays or breaks. So we're going to start the school year, and we'll take like a couple days off at some point here, if we're feeling tired and doing too much school, we may take like a long weekend kind of thing. But then there is October, and October is a busy day because it's basically everybody's birthday. On the 4th is my daughter's birthday, and usually we do like a camping trip here. The 6th is her dad's birthday, who is not my husband, it's her dad's, my co-parent. And on the 17th, it's my birthday. I forgot to put fall break. This is actually fall break. We're doing this as I go. And this is winter break. All right, so October ends up being a month, at least the first week or so, it ends up being a month where it's a little more chill. We celebrate her birthday. Sometimes her dad wants to go somewhere with her on a short trip or getaway or something, and I will allow that to happen. This is also the fall break of our state. Emma does have other friends who go to regular school, and it's nice. It's just nice to have a break when all the other kids are on break as well, so we can go to the beach and meet other people, that kind of stuff. It's fun. And then moving on, we go to November. This is Thanksgiving. I haven't taken the whole week off of Thanksgiving before. We usually do school at least Monday, Tuesday. I may be preparing on the 20th. Maybe we'll do a lighter day on the 25th. I'm not sure. It all depends on what's going on. I usually host dinner here for our family. If we have a bigger party happening, I'll probably take the 25th off just to do prep for Thanksgiving. But normally we just do school here. I haven't planned this yet because I'm not sure what's going to happen. For December, we'll just do school all the way to the 18th, and then we take a winter break for Christmas and New Year's. These 2 weeks are of break. Then we're back refreshed. No school expected here. I would just expect her to read, honestly. Reading is always expected, so she can do her free read, her leisure read, whatever she wants to do for reading, she can do. And then we get back refreshed January, February, then we are coming to March. There will be possible trips here, depending on what's going on with my mom, and if we have to go to Brazil. My husband goes to Samoa every year, and so do we. He manages a surf resort in Western Samoa, and we often go for a month, me and my daughter, and my husband usually spends 1 to 2 months there. I cannot do more than 1 month in Samoa, but I can do a month, and we do school as usual there. We don't really take the time off, so it doesn't really matter. We may take it lighter at points when we have like excursions that we do and whatnot. In March, there's a spring break here. That's also our state holiday, but it's also my husband's birthday. And he loves to really celebrate his birthday and do something, just the two of us. So this will be a good break for him and I. We don't take any time off in April. We don't take any time off in May because that's the end of the school year. So we're just trying to get here. And like I said, there are loads of
weeks off, 5 weeks, 41 weeks total scheduled, and we need 36 weeks. But like I said, that's doesn't always, we don't school like that. 36 weeks straight, no break. We will be taking breaks. Life happens, right? So at the end of the school year, now I'll explain the actual year. Emma will have 2 full weeks off, completely off. She's not expected even to read anything for fun. If she wants, she can, but not expected at all. So the pink is completely freedom. Do as you wish. Of course, we keep some level of structure. Bedtime. I do allow her to go to bed a little bit later, maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock at the latest to be out. But I do allow her to have a little bit more freedom and for her to feel like it's summer. But we keep a schedule. You know, her regular bedtime is 8 o'clock. I will let her go to bed at 8:30. Maybe we'll be like chatting in the bedroom in the dark. We call pillow talk when we're just like having, she's sharing all the sweet things or her concerns or she needs help with something, and we use that time to talk, and then it ends up being 9 o'clock by the time I leave her bedroom and she's asleep. And then she'll have the summer school here highlighted in green, and where she will do daily reading and math practice and read aloud from an adult. And then she gets another 2 weeks off before we start the following school year. This is what we have. This is the first sketch of what it will become, our wonderful binder. I love my binder. My daughter can't wait to have her own. And here we have a morning time. This happens every day. I posted a video recently about our morning time and how we go about it. And we start our days with World Watch News. Then we do a little Bible, and we're going to start doing catechism. I'm going to use a book called UCAT, and it's a very short, every day, a little bit of catechism knowledge there for her. Then we do a little Portuguese. She also reads a book of stories. It's 365 stories from the Bible, and she will just go over that again. This year, of course, she's not done reading it. We're not even halfway because it's May and the year starts in January for the book. So she's going to keep going with that. And then we'll rotate the Book of Virtues with a book of historic heroes, religious heroes, historic heroes. I've got a few books there that we're just going to rotate as we go, and we do that every single day. Monday through Friday, we do school Monday through Friday, because I find that one last day just doesn't work for us. We were doing classical conversations, a co-op last year, and it just really, with Ambleside Online, you just can't have that complete day off. It doesn't work. It will be too rushed. You won't be able to enjoy the riches, and you won't be able to have the fun stuff that ends up being pushed out of schedule, like nature study or handicraft. I find that, even drawing, we didn't do any drawing last year because there was no time, and I had to focus on what needed to get done. But so arts are important, right? So let's start from the beginning here. And I can't wait to share with you my binder, my daughter's binder, actually, with all her chores and what she's expected to do this year. We're really going to start working on structure and systems for her organizational skills and taking care of her things. So once we've done it, the morning time, we'll go straight into math. And now I highlighted this, I boxed this in here because this is independent work. She can do this independently. This is Singapore math. We do Singapore live video classes, so the teacher will go over the textbook with her. Then she independently does her workbook. And if she needs help, I'm right there to help her, but this is something she can do independently. Then she does Michael Clay Thompson 4 days a week. So we have it here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And copy work 4 days a week. Handwriting, we are going to alternate between italic, Getty do by italic, and we're going to use also the handwriting cursive from The Good and the Beautiful, because I have it here. I was looking for a cursive program for her to start doing it a couple of times a week, and then I realized I bought it, and then I completely changed my mind and started doing italic so she could have better handwriting. And so we're bringing this back. It's actually third grade anyways. So handwriting italic on Monday, or it doesn't matter, alternating. So maybe we'll just stick with this. Handwriting italic, handwriting cursive on the next day, handwriting italic. This is all independent work. I started doing this and didn't complete. And this is bothering me because it's not straight. I'm very type A. I'm just going to talk about core subjects, right? So forget Friday, because Friday is a lighter, more fun day. So for core subjects, that's what we're doing: math, language arts, which we do Michael Clay Thompson. Copy work, we're going to continue to use the Modern Speller. I started using that, but towards the end of second grade, I kind of like set it aside, and I'm like, okay, let's just get the work done. We'll get into copy work in third grade. So we're going to do this every day, and then handwriting every day, Monday through Thursday, or 4 days a week. And then we have all the readings from Ambleside Online. I like to plan 2 readings a day, but of course, some weeks there are more readings, some weeks there are less readings. Here is Ambleside Online, term 1, just so you can have an idea. So you can see here on the first week, there's a whole lot of reading. So sometimes you're gonna need 2 readings a day, sometimes weeks, some lighter weeks here. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 readings a day, that means you'll be done in 3 days. It all depends on the week, so I am not going to put that much pressure on my daughter. She will be actually very independent to decide how she wants to do her reading, and I will encourage her to spread the feast around the week so she's not overwhelmed. And yeah, I like to think 2 readings a day. If it doesn't get done for whatever reason, we have a sick day or something like that, then we're like, we have time, and then there is catch up here if necessary on Friday. Then we do the riches. We rotate the riches: composer study, artist study, hymns, and folk songs, and we just alternate that in between some of these work here. Then my daughter will be actually taking a drawing lesson from my husband. We're all going to do it. We have the drawing textbook book, and my husband has committed to teach us drawing lessons on Monday. So we're going to see when we'll be able to schedule that. If the first thing in the day, maybe we'll start it here right before we do our morning basket before he goes to work, or we'll do it later in the day. It doesn't really matter. I just want Monday to be like the day that we do something fun like that. My daughter really wants to learn how to draw. She gets really frustrated. She thinks she doesn't know how to draw, and she gets really sad. So this year, we're going to focus on that. And we're going to draw every Monday. And we're also going to draw on our nature study. I want to encourage her to keep practicing so she will get better and feel satisfied about the effort that she's putting in. It's hard to put an effort on something when you don't know how to do the effort part of it. Drawing is hard. It's hard for me too. I've never learned to draw, so that'll be fun. And then I also want her to get back doing her logic work. We've been using, since the beginning of our homeschool, mind benders. And last year I bought the word ladder book so she can just alternate and choose which one to do. So I have this here on Monday, and I have this on Friday. I am not overbooking this thing for her. There is something new that we're adding to the schedule, and it is typing, because she's been asking to learn how to type. She wants to use the computer. She's very interested in the computer, and so we're going to add a typing class for her here. I haven't fully decided if we're just going to go with the typing.com, or I know The Good and the Beautiful is coming out with a new typing program. I think it will be ready sometime this month, maybe, if it isn't already. So maybe I'll look into that. I almost bought it, but then it said there was a disclaimer there saying they have a brand new one coming out, so I didn't want to buy the old one. Ambleside Online also has science experiments this year, so I scheduled it for Tuesdays so it gets done. I will no longer do the science from out school. My daughter loves marine biology, and she took marine biology almost for 2 years of her first 2 years of homeschool, and I feel like she just knows so much about that. And I don't want to be stuck on a science class where I have to be, gathering material and being there to do the experiment with her and do the Amblesino line. We don't need that. We're just going to do Amblesino line science experiment this year, and we're going to do the nature study, and that's what we're going to do for science. And then philosophy, we're going to continue with philosophy. My daughter's been doing philosophy classes with the same teacher from out school since she was 7, and I really love the classes, and I just see my daughter growing so much in her communication. It's been great to watch her participate, and she really does participate a lot in this class, which is amazing. She would continue with piano from Hoffman Academy. Then there is history here. I added a rabbit hole history. Just we're going to, whatever we're studying for history, we're going to do a little bit of research. We're going to include here a little bit of map work and just go into the era that we're studying for history, just learn a little bit more. Yeah, get more into this. I added history rabbit hole here on Thursday. And then for Friday, all the same morning time, but then instead of math, we're doing Life of Fred, which is math, but it's not our regular Singapore math schedule. And then I added a art handicraft here. Then we do a nature study, which is fun. This is how we actually end the school day. She just loves doing that. I really like doing, just leaving the nature study for the last thing we do on our school day. It was really fun last week. And then we do Friday night, movie night, pizza night, and it's just like a fun thing to do. And then I have here Ambleside Online catch up if necessary. She will also have a typing lesson, only 2 typing lessons a week, and also expected to do some independent logic.
This is just the beginning stages of planning. The true, real planning will be complete with my binder, and I will be so excited to share that with you, but not next week because I'm getting on a plane to Colorado tomorrow, and I will not be back until the following week. So I'm spending a week away, and I will just take the week off, and when I come back, I'll work on the binder, finish the binder that I haven't finished yet, print everything out, and make the video for the following week. So don't expect to see my face here next week. It would be a miracle, but I do not want to lose sleep over working on a video. And you will understand that, I am sure. That's it for today. Thank you so much for being here and following along. We keep just pressing forward and finding better ways and better systems and what works, what doesn't work. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me today. Please remember to like this video, leave me a comment. Let me know how you're planning your school year, if any of this is helpful to you, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.